I'm a little late. Because you know when your elders ask you to do something, you're supposed to do it right then and there. And the other night, one of my ancestors woke me up out of my sleep and said, deviled eggs. And so, I guess I'll go ahead and make some deviled eggs. Side note, I got a new layer. She laid speckled eggs. Haha, finally. All right, let's make some. All right, so my water's boiling. These eggs are freshly washed because, you know, chicken coop poop and all of that stuff. But anyway, boil your water first. Put your eggs in gently as you can around the perimeter. The shock from hot or cold to hot will help to separate that membrane. These are fresh eggs, farm fresh eggs, and a lot of people always be saying, oh well, farm fresh eggs are hard to peel. Not mine. I'll never be having no problem. That's probably why. Boil your water first. $11 minutes. In the meantime, I am preparing my ice bath, and I'm just going to use the same container because dishes. Put that in there. The eggs will go in there as soon as they come out, and we'll let them rest. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go outside and do some more farm chores. All right, so it's been 11 minutes. Turn it off. Turn off the heat, and then just take these out. Put them in the ice bath. Very simple. Helps stop the cooking. A lot of times you do want to set these in a bath of actual water and ice, but listen, we're just doing it, okay? They still come out good, I promise. My eggs cracked completely, or it might have already been cracked. We're gonna find out. Not that one. That one's good. That last one in there. Hey, maybe that was it. Yes, that one was cracked. Alright. And then some more. Alright, so a little ice on top, a little water. Help cool them off a little bit faster. There you go. Boom. And let them sit for a little while and rest. Also, don't throw that out. If you got the time to let that pot cool off, that is going to go water some plants somewhere in the garden. Basically, these eggshells have sent a little bit of calcium into that water, along with remnants of yolk. I'm sure there's other nutrients and stuff in that. That's going to be helpful for the garden. Let them sit and go do a piece of load of laundry. I'll be back. Alright, so while those eggs are cooling, I'm going to go ahead and get my spices and stuff together. Everything I'm going to put it in. I'm going to mix them in that bowl. Regular staples is your mayonnaise, your mustard, your relish. Non-negotiable. However, take some liberties. In this house, we use Miracle Whip. Argue with your mama. That's what my mama taught me. We use yellow mustard, dill, down south, we use dill. Salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. And then me, because I'm special and I like a little razzle dazzle, I'm going to use some smoked powder. That's mesquite. This ain't granulated horseradish. Dried. It's so good. That's going in there. A little bit of cayenne. Some red pepper flakes because we like it spicy. I do put a little bit of lemon pepper. I made this. It's so good. Lemon pepper. And then, of course, some more dill. So that's what all is going in there. I'm gonna get my yolks in there and then get to mixing everything up. These have cooled a little while, but I want to let y'all know another little tip that will help you to get smooth eggs when you are peeling them is to crack them a little bit. Roll them. You want to break the shell, get some air up in there, and then put them back in the water. There's an air pocket in there. You get some water in there. It will also help separate. Look at that. It already want to come. Nice and smooth. Anywho. But yes. I just crack them a little bit. Let them sit in the water. And then the shells come off nice and easy. Let's go ahead and get these peeled. Excuse my one thumbnail that ain't got no nail on it that came off. I just want to show you how smooth these come out. No pock marks, no. Just take your time. It comes off. And it'll be pretty. Rinse. That's the membrane I was telling y'all about. See how it's stuck to the egg and not to the shell. Or stuck to the shell and not to the egg. Goes both ways. Shell comes off nice and easy. You boil your water first and then crack the egg a little bit after while they're resting. I think another thing that probably have people making pock marks on their egg is y'all probably be brushing. Take your time. Be gentle. You don't gotta be in a rush. Cooking is a joy. It takes time. All right. All right. Well, if you know me, or if you are a gardener, you know nothing goes to waste. Nothing. These eggshells will be laid out and dried and then crushed and then used for the garden as well, or I will feed them back to the chickens. And all this water also will go outside. Good deal. Wipe everything down. And continue. Let's cut it. Trying to give y'all a weird vantage point. I don't know. That's an 11-minute egg. It is perfect. It is beautiful. It's extra yellow because these are farm fresh eggs. Delicious. Boop. Just getting all of these cut up. picking which side I want them to like sit on. Give me a spoon. Go get a spoon. Okay. I'm hoping they come out. It's like real thin on part of them. Just because the yolk was sitting too close to the whites. I'm hoping they will hold. I'm sure that they will. Just, even if I can't use like this one, I already busted a hole in it. I'm just gonna eat that. It's gonna be delicious. And then if I have too much filling, it'll just go on a sandwich. What do y'all do with y'all extra stuff? It's a pretty one. Shallow. Okay. Get all these yolks mashed up. And then I'll go in with all of my dry seasonings. And then I'll put in the wet seasonings. God, look at these yolks. Oh my God. Alright, so I got garlic, onion, stir, smoke, horseradish, stir, lemon pepper, dill, stir, red pepper, cayenne, get everything mashed and crushed, incorporated. Season every layer. Then I'll go in with our wet stuff. Lemon pepper, dill, stir, red pepper, cayenne, get everything mashed and crushed, incorporated. Season every layer. Then I'll go in with our wet stuff. OBKB. Wet ingredients. Now, I like a lot of dill, because that's just what I like. You put in there how much you want. That's what I like. Shake up your mustard, because if you don't, it's going to be all watery when it first comes out. Again, as much as you want. I'm gonna rinse my spoon. Let me go with. Start off with that for now. Give it a good mix. That's about the consistency that you want it. So that was perfect. And now, you gotta taste it. That's actually perfect. I don't have to add nothing to it. These flavors are going to get stronger the longer this sits. So I'm going to let it rest in the fridge for about 10 to 20 minutes. I'll go do something, probably fold that, load this in the dryer. Come back, taste it again. It's going to be perfect. And then I'm going to put it in a bag and then pipe it in. All right, it is a good bit later. I've already tasted it. It's delicious still. Just going to take my Ziploc bag, sandwich bag, whatever bag. You can use a piping bag if that's what you got. And I'm just going to put it like that and then scoop everything into it. Once it's all in there, I'm going to cut the tip. And then pipe it into the eggs. This just makes cleanup a lot easier. If it's thick enough like this, it makes it a bit prettier. If you want to be really bougie and actually have the supplies, if you have an icing tip, you can put that in the bottom of the bag and then put all the, but I am not doing an icing tip for my deviled eggs. So that is pretty much a clean bowl. Maybe a little bit. Like I said, whatever of this I don't end up using, it's just gonna go on a sandwich with some crackers or something. But it also never goes to waste. I keep it in this jar, that way I can get out as much of the air as possible when I'm closing it up. It just makes piping it a lot easier because it has nowhere to go. It's just filling. Alright, there you go. Cut my little tip off. Just a little bit though. You don't want the hole to be super big. Just big enough for the relish pieces to pass through. But not much bigger than that. That's perfect. I'm gonna put this in the fridge, let it rest some more, because I also just put the egg whites in the fridge. I'll let everything get super cold, and then I'll be back to fill them, because there's nothing worse than room temperature deviled eggs. Yeah, that's it. Unrelated, but I'm gonna show y'all anyway. This is all that water from boiling and from the ice bath for the eggs. This last little bit with all of the extra big pieces, I'm just going to throw that directly into one of the plants outside. But for my inside plants, I have a couple that I bottom water. I have this snake plant, and I'm just going to set it in there. It's going to soak up as much as it wants to soak up. I also have this spike in here that tells me when it's got enough water, it will turn blue. Also, so I'm going to leave this one to sit in here. I'm going to go get I have a pothos that I keep in my shower. I'm going to go get that one and put it in here next. Also, I'll take the time to cut off this big piece here. This plant was outside, but something got a hold of it and was eating it. So I brought her inside, and since she's been inside and I've been watering her like this, she's putting on new leaves in the middle. So she seems happier in here by the window over there. So I'll let her soak up as much as she's gonna soak up, and then I will put her back in this and put her back in the window, and she will be happy. Okay, y'all. Introduce you to Griselda the Great. She is my shower pothos. She is growing, putting on new little baby leaves. She's pretty long, so she does actually have a plug in the bottom of her pot, so I'm just gonna remove that. Boop. And set her in there so she can soak up what she wants as well. And it's best to bottom water plants, just so, one, it pulls the roots down to seek the water, and then also it helps keep fungus gnats off the surface of the dirt. So, alright, back to the lecture at hand. We already cut our hole. Now we're just gonna squeeze. Make sure we fill up every crevice. Yes, Ginger. Yeah. And we're still just a squeezing. Oops.
Isn't it super exciting?
Yes, deviled eggs are super exciting.
Nice thing.
Alright, so now we are done. This is how much filling I have left. This will be fine in a sandwich or something. So I'm just going to stick that back into my measuring cup and let Cameron make himself something. We're going to dress these with the obligatory paprika and some additional dill, because that's just what we like. Boop, boop, boop. And that is deviled eggs, folks. That's a damn shame. Y'all see this box? This is just for 2 people. And this is why, when you make deviled eggs, you got to make quite a bit starting off, because they're so good. Just the right amount of dill, right amount of tang, right amount of smoke, Right amount of heat. Come make you some deviled eggs.